join me in the invocation this morning. Heavenly Father, we're thankful for this opportunity today to serve you and to serve our community. We pray, Lord, for your wisdom and direction. Help us to be good stewards over the county's business. Father, we do pray over our nation, as we know there's just a lot of turmoil out there and people hurting, and we know they need you. We ask you to be with us today. Bless all the folks here. Bless our coming and going. We ask these things in Jesus' name. Amen. Join me in the pledge of the United States flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Texas pledge. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible. Be seated. First item today under our announcements is a proclamation to declare October 2nd, 2025 as Victims and Survivors of Violent Crimes Day in Harrison County. We have a proclamation that was brought to us by Mr. Cale McRae from the DA's office. I'll read it right quick. It says, whereas crime affects individuals, families, and communities in profound and varied ways, often leaving lasting physical, emotional, and social challenges, whereas the concept of kinship underscores the connections that build bridges to support services and shared strength among survivors, advocates, and communities. Whereas kinship is the foundation of a victim advocacy, inspiring trauma-informed care that meets survivors where they are. Whereas through kinship, we build peer networks and community alliances that empower survivors, foster resilience, and offer pathways to healing. Whereas kinship reminds us of the strength that comes from connection, the importance of listening to every voice, and the power we have to create lasting change when we work together. Whereas the Harrison County Criminal District Attorney's Office is hereby dedicated to strengthening victims and survivors in the aftermath of crime, building resilience in our communities and our victims, responders, and working for justice for all victims and survivors. This proclamation reaffirms our dedication to building connection, standing in kinship with victims, survivors, and creating a future where healing and hope are within reach for everyone. Now, be it resolved that the Harrison County Commissioners Court proclaim the month of October 2025 as Domestic Violence Month, honoring all victims and survivors of violent crimes in Harrison County, Texas, and express our sincere gratitude and appreciation for those community members, victims, service providers, and criminal justice professionals who are committed to improving our response to all victims of crime so they may find relevant assistance, support, and justice and peace. Are there any other announcements? Any public comments today? I don't have any forms. We do have a quorum present today. Present in voting Precinct 1 is Commissioner Hatfield, Precinct 2 is Commissioner Timmons, Sims presiding, Precinct 3 is Commissioner Coos, and Precinct 4 is Commissioner Ebarb. It is 9:05 a.m. here on the 25th day of September. It's the regularly scheduled meeting of the Harrison County Commissioners Court, and we're here in the historic courthouse in Marshall, Texas. Our first item this morning comes from our auditor. Good morning, Ms. Haynes.
Good morning, Judge, Commissioners.
Item number 1 is consideration and approval regarding line item transfers.
I'm requesting transferring $432,663.84. What this is doing is trying to true up the salaries where we've had attrition or where we've had overtime that we're having to cover. That's the majority of this. Within Road and Bridge, we are having to transfer to cover some of the, for the road construction. Also in here is, due to attrition in the sheriff's office, we have been able to purchase some safety equipment with the SB 22 money so that we do not have to return any of that within the sheriff's department. So there's some line item transfers from salary and fringe to the equipment line item in the sheriff's office.
Very good. Is there a motion to approve?
Motion. Second.
Motion by Commissioner Ebarb, second by Commissioner Coos. Any questions or comments on the line item transfers? All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Hearing none, our motion passes 5-0. Item number 2 is consideration and approval of payment of regular bills.
Requesting payment of $1,537,804.01. Included in that, Commissioner Timmons, is the Karnak ISD Caddo Refuge payment. So we finally received that money. We have reached out to Karnak ISD, and they will be picking up the check today.
Thank you.
And I noticed a large expense that we have in the payment to TAC. I'm sure that's insurance.
That's our annual insurance for auto coverage, liability coverage, that type of thing. The other thing you'll see is over the next several weeks, you'll see Tyler Technologies, because of all of our annual payment for our software, that's going to be coming through. So the first of the year is always a big payment between TAC, between Tyler Technology, so you'll be seeing large bills coming through for the next couple of commissioners' courts.
All right. Is there a motion to approve?
Motion. Second.
Motion by Commissioner Timmons, second by Commissioner Hatfield. Any questions or comments on our expenses? All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Hearing none, our motion passes 5-0. Number 3 is consideration and approval of payroll for September 12th, 2025.
Motion. Second.
Motion by Commissioner Ebarb, second by Commissioner Coos. Any questions on our payroll? All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Hearing none, our motion passes 5-0. Number 4 is consideration and action to approve a budget amendment pursuant to Local Government Code Section 111.0108. It's a special budget for revenue received after the start of the fiscal year. This is part of the alternative dispute resolution.
Yes, sir. We have collected over $25,000 related to the new fee that that you all approved for the Alternative Dispute Resolution Fund. And we have paid out $1,210 out of it. So this is setting that budget since it was not established prior to the start of the FY25. We did set a budget in FY26, though.
All right.
This was money that would have been sent to the state had we not been under this new program.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate it.
And this 25,000, is that 12 months worth or 4 quarters worth of collecting?
We still have not posted September's collections, so that's 11 months.
Okay. Very good. Is there a motion to approve?
Motion. Second.
Motion by Commissioner Hatfield, second by Commissioner Ebarb. Any questions, comments? All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Hearing none, our motion passes 5-0. Item number 5 is consideration and action to approve a budget amendment pursuant to Local Government Code Section 111.0108, special budget for revenue received after the start of the fiscal year. And this is dealing with the Homeland Security Grant.
This is the grant that I think it was ESD 3 maybe, I don't remember specifically which ESD, but it's for Motorola grants, or Motorola radios. And we are the pass-through for those grants, so we apply for the grant, pay for the grant, and then they receive the radios.
This wasn't the Woodlawn?
I was thinking it was Woodlawn.
Was it Woodlawn? I just know it's one of the ESDs, and we only did one.
They were the only ones, and they got right into the end of it. They got
Okay,
their
then it was
paperwork, yeah.
Woodlawn.
Yeah,
All right, is there a motion to approve?
motion.
Bless you.
Bless you.
Motion by Commissioner Ebar, second by Commissioner Timmons. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? None, motion passes.
Thank you.
5-0. Thank you, Ms. Haynes.
Appreciate it.
Next up's our Road and Bridge Department. Morning, Mr. Powell.
Good morning, Judge, Commissioners.
We'll start off with the 2025 construction completed and in progress report.
Correct. So as of September 17th, our annual road reconstruction season is complete. This included full-depth reconstruction with cement stabilization as well as the annual chip seal program. The total mileage completed for each, so total mileage of reconstruction with cement stabilization was 12.54 miles this year. And then the contracted chip seal project completed 11.195 miles for a total of 23.735 miles of roads reconstructed and chip sealed this year. We are currently still doing our patching, our overlay work, our oil dirt work, and as well as ditch cleanup and the rest of that. So we're constantly working, but we're into the second phase of that activity.
I had a question, through the storms yesterday, how'd we fare? I'm sure you had trees down.
We actually did probably better than expected. I sent a text out to our foreman late yesterday afternoon just to see what they had, and each one reported that they had very little. So got a lot of water and a lot of rain, but not a lot of trees down. I think we had one down on Blocker Road that was reported by dispatch. Otherwise, I think we fared pretty good through it all. So
Good. Any other questions for Mr. Powell before we move on? If not, item number 1 is consideration and approval for personnel changes for Harrison County Road and Bridge.
So as of today, we've had one retire and an employee pass away. So we're actually down to 45 full-time positions filled, which leaves us with 9 funded open positions, which we're going to work on getting them filled and see what that is. We still have our part-time employees, that's 4, and we have 6 unfilled temporary positions. Those are seasonal, those happen in the summer predominantly. So that's where we stand currently in Road and Bridge.
Very good. Is there a motion to approve?
Motion. Second.
Motion by Commissioner Timmons, second by Commissioner Ebar. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Hearing none, our motion passes 5-0. Item number 2 is consideration and action regarding the approval of the utility application submitted to Harrison County Road and Bridge Department as attached for, we got East Tex Telephone on Boggy Road and Spectrum Gulf Coast on Lee Cemetery Road, Bub Hayner Road, and Baldwin Road.
So these are our typical utility applications for fiber, underground utilities, gas, electric, et cetera. They've completed all the paperwork, and we're recommending approving their permit as listed.
Very good. Is there a motion to approve?
Motion.
Motion by Commissioner Hatfield, second by Commissioner Timmons. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Hearing none, our motion passes 5-0. Number 3 is consideration and approval of the Harrison County Road Condition Report as of September 1st, 2025 for the Harrison County Road and Bridge Department.
So this is our annual road evaluation program that we do. The foremen for each of the work areas take their list of roads, they drive them, they look at them, they evaluate them from a condition point of view. They also look at if there's missing street sign or regulatory signs, any culverts need to be replaced, and any other issues that might go on. And they then list them, categorize them, and create that entire list that you see. It's organized and sorted alphabetically, then it's organized and sorted by precinct, so you can very quickly sort of drill down and dive into what they're looking at. There are some other options with this, and this is one of the things that I'm going to be getting with the foreman and with Luke as we go through the winter to walk me through how they do it. Because as I arrived here, they were already in progress. There's probably a few things we can look at, adding some more things to look at that might get a better, deeper look at the conditions of our roads overall. So that'll be something we'll look at evaluating for next year.
All right, is there a motion to approve our road condition report?
Motion.
Motion by Commissioner Coos, second by Commissioner Timmons. Any questions or comments? All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Hearing none, our motion passes 5-0. Number 4 is consideration and approval of the purchase of 4 trucks from Enterprise Fleet Management with quotes listed for Road and Bridge to include 2 service trucks and 2 dump beds. These are all 2026 Chevrolets. 3 of them are 1 tons and 1 3/4 ton.
Right, this is part of our enterprise fleet management program. These replace the previous trucks. I assume they're on a 3-year change-out. Just keeps our fleet in good shapes, keeps our guys working in good functioning equipment. These trucks are very practical. We use them, they're out on the road every day. You see them all the time. So we're looking forward to getting some new trucks in the fleet.
Generally, these are on 48-month replacement cycle.
Yeah.
Any questions, comments on our Enterprise?
Are any of these in addition, or are we just replacing what
We
trucks?
are getting 2 growth units, 2 of the 1-ton dump beds
Don't
for
need-
to be used for patching. We currently have 2, that will allow each precinct to have one, so that one truck can go out patching every day.
Okay, good.
Is there a motion to approve?
Motion.
Motion by Commissioner Ebarb, second by Commissioner Timmons. Any other questions or comments? All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Hearing none, motion passes 5-0. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Next up, from our county clerk, item number 1 is consideration and approval of transcribed minutes for Commissioners Court meeting on September 4th, 2025. Is there a motion to approve?
Motion. Second.
Motion by Commissioner Hatfield, second by Commissioner Ebarb. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Hearing none, our motion passes 5-0. Next up, purchasing. Morning, Ms. Haynes.
Good morning, Judge and Commissioners.
Item number 1 is consideration and approval for items on the attached list to be declared as surplus.
Yes, sir. Most of these are just cleanup. Some of the police interceptors, those are the part of the enterprise, yes, I'm sorry. The switching out, turning in, and replacing the new vehicles.
Very good. Looks like you're cleaning up a bunch of IT stuff, too.
Yes, sir.
All right, is there a motion to approve?
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Coos, second by Commissioner Ebarb. Any questions, comments on these surplus items?
So a lot of those vehicles that are sitting on the west parking lot down by the Sally Portage Jail are vehicles that are waiting to go back.
Yes, sir, most of them are, yes, sir. But when they get the new ones in, we gotta be sure everything's, the insurance, everything's all lined up before they drive them off the lot on the new ones.
I know some time ago, it might have even been last year, year before, we were hit by Enterprise because we had not stripped some decals or stickers off, and I'm gonna assume because that the sheriff's department, they take care of that now
Yes, sir.
prior to sending them, but, yeah.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
They've been really good about
Good.
making sure, because we got called out on that, and
Yeah.
our wrist slapped a little bit, I think, and so.
Well,
we
no, they didn't
worked with-
slap us, they just charged us some money.
Well, they-
And that's worse than a slap.
Yeah, true, it is, yes, sir.
How's it going with the cleanup with vehicles that's no longer in use, that's still under our insurance, that's stored at Callum Street? I know Lieutenant Poindexter's been working on that.
Yes, sir, well, I don't know if he's Captain or Lieutenant Clayton, Patrick Clayton. He was instrumental in helping us with the auction and getting a lot of that cleaned up. And Hines is about to do another one for their, I guess their seizures, is that what you? Abandoned vehicles, I guess, is what they're fixing to do, another auction, get rid of a lot of that stuff too, but we don't have insurance on that. But our stuff, we've got like 3 or 4 more vehicles we're working on, and we're going to add those into their auction so that we can get those taken care of as well.
And isn't it the vehicle still titled or still in our possession? It still has to be on tax insurance, whether it's been moved in
Yes, sir.
a period of time or not.
Unfortunately, yes, that's what we're trying to get those out of the way, because if they're no use to us, we need to get them gone.
Well, I know you and Lieutenant Poindexter have really been working hard on that.
Yes,
and
sir.
I appreciate you getting that cleaned up.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
So I understand that even the cars that are sitting down there inside the fence and grass growing up around them have to be on the insurance, even though they're blown up or wrecked or whatever?
For the most part, I think
The
some,
abandoned vehicles are not
Yeah,
on
right.
our insurance, only vehicles that we seized that we had utilized.
Okay.
Yes.
So, if it's a seized vehicle and it's not transferred for our use, then it does not go on our insurance, is my understanding. And
Right,
correct me if I'm
right,
wrong.
right.
Okay, so it's only vehicles that we have.
Used, okay.
Right, yes,
Okay.
yeah.
But we still, we still have some of those that we're getting out.
Thank you, ma'am.
Let's see, so we already have a motion and a second. Any other questions or comments? All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Hearing none, our motion passes 5-0. Our next item is consideration and approval of the proposal from Patillo, Brown and Hill for the FY '25 Harrison County Outside Auditing Services.
Yes, sir. This is a service that they do is it yearly. I think we do it yearly. It's to make sure we're doing what we're supposed to do. Our auditors audits all of us, but then they come in and audit everything.
Yep, and so I know you got a couple of bids on this.
Yes, sir. This, we were kind of shocked at the money, because this is, it's never been that much, but one of them was $78,000. So.
And this is the same company that we've been
Yes,
using,
sir,
so
it is.
it's good to have some continuity there with the same
Yes.
people auditing us.
Yes, sir.
And they were much cheaper, so
Yes, a lot, yeah.
all good news.
Are these always, with an additional 4 years? I mean, is that customary automatic renewal for 4 after?
Because we've not bid this out in several years.
No, sir,
Well,
it's under
This bunch's
50,000.
been doing
it's
it
really-
since I come in 15.
Yeah,
They've been doing it since 2007
Oh,
or
really?
8. I think 7 was the first time we went out to bid, and then the last time, and they were awarded it, so they've been doing it since then. And I just felt that we needed to go out there and see
What, yeah.
if we were getting the best
Well, it appears that they
outside
are.
auditors for our money,
Yeah.
for the county.
Well, they've always done a good job.
Yes, they
So,
have.
I mean,
All right, any other questions or comments? Is there a motion to approve?
motion.
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Ebar, second by Commissioner Coos, all in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Hearing none, a motion passes 5-0. Thank you, ma'am.
thank you.
Next up, under new business, good morning, Ms. Vaughn, how are you?
Good morning, Judge, Commissioners.
Item number 1 is consideration and approval of authorizing the resolution requesting the sheriff to resell tax properties previously bid in trust.
This resolution is our annual resolution for the tax sale that we have in December that's strictly resale properties. You all passed one resolution already that included some properties that had been bid in trust within the last year. This is the balance of the properties that are currently bid in trust. We will not offer all of these properties at the same time because there are such a large number of properties in Lake Deerwood. So we'll try and split those up to make them maybe a little bit more attractive so it doesn't look like there's so many available at one time. But this resolution just authorizes us to put them up in an upcoming tax sale.
When I looked through it, I thought, is everybody moving?
We worked Lake Deerwood a little bit differently the last 2 years. We filed one suit for everything that was delinquent by lot and block to try and get more lots that were next door to each other for sale at the same time. And while it was moderately successful, it wasn't as successful as I had hoped. And I think it was because there were so many available at one time, so that's why we're not going to offer as many for sale at one time within Lake Deerwood. But we will get all of these resold in the coming months.
And you'll offer the, I guess, blocks of them, you're not gonna,
We have to
Split 'em
offer
up.
them individually.
but you wouldn't, so you're gonna split them up on different sales.
But it'll still be all in the same like lot and block at one time. So everything that we have, for example, in Block C, Unit A, or in Unit A, will be offered at the same time.
Very good.
Yep.
Any other questions for Ms. Vaughn? If not, is there a motion to approve?
Motion.
Motion by Commissioner Ebar, second by Commissioner Timmons. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Hearing none, motion passes 5-0. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Next up, item number 2 is consideration and action regarding the Harrison County Appraisal District's 26-27 HCAD Director nominations and election for the 5 Board of Directors. So this is simply for us to place any nominees on the ballot, which I think this happens, it's either October or November when the actual election is. We would cast our votes then. I believe in the past, we have supported Mr. Albert Tiller from Elysian Fields and Ross Brown. I forget where Ross lives.
He's in precinct 4.
Precinct 4.
He lives out east of town in that subdivision on,
Oh, that's right. That's just outside of Marshall.
it's in the city limits.
Okay. So he's in Marshall. Anyway, so those are the 2 guys we've supported in the past. What's your pleasure? Who would you guys like to nominate this year?
Have they volunteered to stay?
I reached out to both of them. They're both willing to continue to serve.
Are we just gonna split the votes we have between the 2, each of them get equal votes, or?
We can. We're not discussing votes today. We're just nominating people to get them on the ballot, and then next
Okay.
meeting or so, we'll actually allocate our votes.
Who lives in Marshall?
Ross Brown. So,
He's got a lot of land down off of 9, hasn't he, Williams, in Carnac, in north of Wascom?
Yes, sir.
so the current, just so you know, the current board of directors at the appraisal district is Chase Palmer. He was appointed or elected by the Marshall ISD. Jason Ainsworth, he was elected by Hallsville ISD. Ted Huffines, again, he was Marshall ISD. Then Albert Tiller and Ross Brown. Mr. Tiller was the one that we've supported the last several years. Ross Brown was a new one last year that we had supported. So those are the current board of directors.
Let me ask you a question.
Yes, sir.
The 2 that are elected by Marshall ISD, are they not both on the school board?
They are.
I thought how can they be on this board of directors and be a school board?
Same as precinct 3 here.
Yep.
Yeah.
So there's 3 school board
So I
members
guess,
on there.
so yeah, there's 3 of them on there. I thought, that's like being on 2 taxing units, which I thought.
Of course,
They're
appraisal
they're not
is not.
taxing unit. Well, the CAD itself is, but the board of directors.
Well, the CAD's not a taxing entity. They don't levy a tax on anybody.
Well, what do? They set values, and they're collecting tax money for operations to
Well,
the tune of $3 million.
The ISDs levy the tax, the county levies the tax, the city levies the tax,
Correct.
not the appraisal district. Appraisal district gets money from city, county.
They get money
ISD.
from tax.
That's right.
I didn't think you could be on, maybe I've slept, but to me, this is like double jeopardy. I don't care whether they board of directors, if they're involved with the CAD, I don't think they should be allowed to be on 2 taxing entities. I can't sit here and be on a school board.
Right, because those are both taxing entities.
Correct. Well, well, there's no sense trying to thread a needle, but common sense tells me that that's two taxing entities, so. But we don't get to, I mean.
Yeah, we didn't elect.
They're elected by somebody else.
That's right. So today, my question to y'all is, who would you like to nominate to be on the ballot for the board of directors?
Does Brown or Tiller sit on the school board?
No.
Okay.
Do you need separate nominations?
Or I'd like
I'd like to nominate Ross Brown.
Ross Brown.
I'll nominate Albert Tiller, but I mean, I guess if we're gonna do them separate, we need to vote on the first.
Well, if y'all, I think we can do them together. If that's the two nominees we have, Ross Brown and Albert Tiller, is anybody else?
Well, William make that both in his motion together, and I'll second it, and we'll do them both together.
Put them both together? Yes, I'd like to nominate Albert Taylor and Ross Brown.
Motion by Commissioner Hatfield, second by Commissioner Ebarb, and that's to nominate Ross Brown and Albert Tiller as our nominees to the Board of Directors for the Harrison Central Appraisal District. Any other questions or comments? All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Hearing none, our motion passes 5-0. Item number 3 is consideration and action to approve the amendment to the Flock contract dated August the 20th, 2025, to align the start and end dates of the contract with the MVCPA grant for the 25-26 year. Mr. Mays, Dwight Mays, had reached out to me. He couldn't be here today. He's at training or something, I think. And he wanted to adjust this date so that it aligned with our fiscal year, starting October 1. So that's all, the only change to this contract. Is there a motion to approve?
Motion.
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Hatfield, second by Commissioner Timmons. Any questions or comments? All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Hearing none, our motion passes 5-0. Next up, item number 4, this is consideration and approval for the 2026 Savings Grant Contract. That's contract number C-02694 with a term of September 1st, 2025 through August 31, 2026. Is there a motion to approve?
Motion.
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Hatfield, second by Commissioner Ebarb. Any questions or comments? You guys will remember the Savings Grant is the statewide automated victim notification system, and it's a program that our law enforcement uses to notify victims of crime when the person that committed the crime against them is getting out of jail. And we get a grant from the state to help with the tracking and notification of that. That's what we do this every year, but that's what it is. We have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Hearing none, our motion passes 5-0. Next up, item number 5 is consideration and approval of a revision to the employee handbook, section 2B-15. This is regarding our longevity pay policy. Morning, Ms. Johnston.
Good morning, Judge and Commissioners. Last month, I presented a list to you of low-cost enhancements to our current employee benefits package. And so there's a few of those required policy updates, the first being longevity. So if you recall, I sent out a survey to all employees asking what their preference was as to whether they liked their longevity pay being paid biweekly or if they wanted to switch to an annual basis. And 47% preferred the lump sum, 29% preferred per pay period, and 24% said it did not matter. So in response to that, I've revised our current policy to reflect the change from biweekly to annually, changed the eligibility waiting period from a 3-year period to 1 year, and also I updated some of the policy language. So if this is approved, the transition will be pretty straightforward in that we just stop the current biweekly longevity pay and then just pay it annually in November as determined by the auditor's office.
So we're about to start a new fiscal year. We'd quit paying the biweekly
Correct.
longevity pay. When would that be paid out? Not this November, but the next November?
Correct,
Okay,
because it's paid in arrears.
all right.
It's occurred through that calendar, or that fiscal year, so that's when there would actually, would be, does it matter that it's getting paid in two separate paydays? Two budget years? Because they're starting October 1 and working through September of 26, and then we're not gonna pay it until November of 26.
The next fiscal year.
The next calendar, yeah, the next fiscal year.
Well, I guess we do a budget amendment like we do on everything else.
We could.
One of the things while you were speaking, I just thought of is the elected officials. Because in your public notice for elected officials, it reflected longevity, and I hadn't even thought of that.
Well, I don't think anybody's gonna complain if it's less. Now, if it was more than what was published, I would assume we got a problem.
Okay.
But to me, since it's less, I don't think anybody in the community is gonna complain.
Okay.
Maybe I'm wrong, but I mean, I could see where we would have an issue, like again, if it happened to be more than what the published in the newspaper. But, I mean, do you know if there's,
Yeah, I don't think there's an issue with being paid less. I think you're right. You're really not being paid less, you're gonna get it.
you're gonna get it, it's
That's
just
right.
out of the realm of that fiscal
That's
year.
right.
The only thing for me, sitting here thinking about it is that they're earning in this calendar year or this fiscal year, 25, 26. But when it actually comes time to pay them for their accumulated time, it's gonna be paid in the 26, 27 budget year. So can you,
Do you want to modify it? to
well, I'm just asking, I mean, can we change it
Well,
like that?
what it amounts to is, we budgeted to pay that this year.
Right.
We won't pay it, so those funds won't leave the county's
Correct.
checking account, basically. It'll still be there, so next year, we can just allocate to pay it, and,
Okay, I'm just,
yep.
you know,
It's-
it's
I would
just
think
kinda
that
dawned on me that-
It would be
may be
included
like,
in next year's budget.
and it
Yeah.
also might be like vacation. At the time that you leave, you're not being paid for vacation that you earned this year necessarily. You could have earned it last year.
Right.
Correct.
Okay, well, I know when you can't, through purchasing, you can't take an invoice the end of September and take delivery of something prior to, and then pay it out of the next year's budget.
That is correct.
So, to me, it's kind of the same principle. You know, you're acquiring this in this year's budget, but we're not gonna pay you to the next year. But that's my only, and I don't guess you know, like, maybe I'm beating a dead horse, but I'm just, you know.
September.
But I think that's when they want it, is in November. That's when I'd want mine, personally.
Yeah, we
Because
could
it's right
write-
there
we-
at Black Friday and Christmas for the people that's got younger kids. I think it's, you know,
We could write the check and then just not give it to you till November.
just donate mine. No, but you know, like I said, I think it's a good deal, especially, for the people that have young children that get into November and they get to thinking about Christmas and buying. I mean, it's a pretty good shot in the arm to get money that's kind of a gift, not a gift because they've earned it, it's just that we're gonna pay you in a lump sum instead of $20 a payday, you're gonna get it in whatever it is, you know.
What we will be required to do is post a journal entry at the end of the fiscal year to recognize that expense.
Okay.
So that on the accounting books, the expense is booked, but they're not gonna get it until November. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay.
You got all that, Sherilyn?
Yeah.
I won't say nothing there.
Any other questions or comments? Is there a motion, to approve?
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Ebarb, second by Commissioner Timmons. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Hearing none, our motion passes 5-0. Number 6 is consideration and approval of a revision to our employee handbook, section 2B-4. This is on our sick leave policy.
Yes, this change would reflect an increase to the amount that is allowed to be accrued at one time from 360 hours to 480 hours. And I had mentioned to you that my goal is so that an employee is allowed to have enough time saved up to get through a 12-week FMLA absence, should they need it. And there's not any transition associated with this. We just simply raise the max accrual to 480.
Okay. Is there a motion to approve?
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Timmons, second by Commissioner Hatfield. Any questions or comments? All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Hearing none, our motion passes 5-0. Number 7 is consideration and approval of a revision to employee handbook, section 2B-4. This is on vacation policy.
The vacation policy changes are a little more complicated. So first, we would change the eligibility from a 1-year waiting period to being able to use it immediately. And also changing the accrual frequency from a lump sum payment annually on the employee's anniversary date to a biweekly accrual. We would also consolidate the 16 hours of personal leave that we issue separately each October into the vacation leave. We would change the maximum that the employee can have at one time from 2 years' worth, which currently is 320 hours, or up to 480 hours. Also, we would change the 1 to 9 year accrual bracket from 10 days. So for the first 10 years, basically, you only get 10 days of vacation. We would change that to 1 to 4 years gets 12 days. That's the personal days included. And then 5 to 9 would get 14 days. And I also just cleaned up some of that policy language. So the transition for this is a little bit more complicated, and so the auditor's office and I have figured out that we would need to, during the first year, we would go ahead and issue the 16 hours of personal leave like we normally do each October. Then we would group employees by employees who have been here less than a year, who currently are not don't have any vacation time and they're not accruing it yet. And then any new employee, they would start accruing immediately at a biweekly rate that's based on what our current policy is, which is the 10 days. So the personal days are not included yet. Then the next group of employees would, as their anniversary dates come, they would get their normal lump sum accrual, and then at that point they would start accruing biweekly based on the new policy.
So will you show this on our pay stub?
Yes.
So they'll see each week how many hours they're accruing,
Yes.
sick leave and paid time off, vacation? Okay.
The new employee, you said, would be allowed to use it from day one as they occur.
Yes.
Whatever word it is, occur. It's not, okay.
Any other questions for Ms. Johnson on our vacation policy? If not, is there a motion to approve?
Motion.
Motion by Commissioner Ebarb, second by Commissioner Coos. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Hearing none, our motion passes 5-0. I appreciate you cleaning up those things. I know some of the language needed it, and then also improving our benefits. So
Thank you.
thank you.
Appreciate it.
Number 8 is consideration and approval of the FY26 formula grant request for applications and resolutions with the Texas Indigent Defense Commission to assist the county in the implementation and improvement of the indigent criminal defense services. So each year, we request this grant for our indigent defense expenses, and this is a simple resolution we have to submit to them, and then they tell us how much money we'll get from the state for that program. Are there any questions?
This is not the program that the state has that where you have to spend the 8% before you, I mean, this applies from the jump.
So that 8% is indigent health care. This is
Okay.
indigent defense.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Good question. No, any other questions? If not, is there a motion to approve?
Motion.
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Ebarb, second by Commissioner Timmons. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Hearing none, our motion passes 5-0. Number 9 is consideration and approval of the following, the 24-25 annual contracts and authorization of payment in the amount allotted in the FY 24-25 budget. We have one contract for the Children's Services Board. Of course, you know they serve Harrison County youth when they've been removed from their home and need clothes, food, whatever provided to them. And then also our annual contract with ESD 2. Is there a motion to approve?
Motion.
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Timmons, second by Commissioner Ebarb. Any questions or comments?
Why, is this the last ESD for this calendar year or this budget year that has applied?
Yeah, a lot of times they're late
But
and
we
slow.
We need to put some closing dates on that, because basically, they've been uncovered for 11 months on our workers' comp, and that's the whole reason this is paid.
Yeah,
If
we-
we've
we've-
never executed that document, then they've worked for 11 and a half months, and they're not covered under our workers' comp. Because that's why we pay each one of the ESDs $100 a year, to include them on our coverage for workers' comp in the event they're on duty.
I agree. I mean, so we're coming up on this new
Yeah,
fiscal year.
yeah.
We ought to work to get all of them done in
Yeah.
October. I think that's a good plan. Very good point. Any other questions or comments? We have a motion and a second. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Hearing none, our motion passes 5-0. Is there a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Motion by Commissioner Hatfield, second by Commissioner Timmons. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Hearing none, motion passes 5-0. We're adjourned. It's 9:49 a.m.